Hey YouTube, it's Florida Deere. I'm here with this week's project, which includes two GT235s and a 335 John Deere. Two of those with an 18 horsepower engine and the other one with a 20 horsepower engine. I'll kind of do a quick overview of the thing and then kind of go into detail with each of these tractors. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you want to see more videos about John Deere lawn and garden tractors and or 1 Series tractors, hit the subscribe button as well. This is the second GT235. He bought both of them from the county that we live in, and they use these, I guess, just to mow the medians and shoulders and stuff like that. Before, I guess, they bought zero turns, you know, whatever. So these are probably 20 plus years old. This is his 335 with the power steering, hydraulic lift, and 20 horsepower engine. A little bit better shape this one is, but these aren't too bad. And there's the pan for the second GT235 right there. And then he acquired 2 of these decks through that purchase from the county, and I think sourced the other 2 some other way, I guess. And they have varying degrees of that one's pretty decent. You know, this one not as good. I haven't gone through all these. This one's very rough. That one is not moving at all. That one moves probably decent, and I really haven't gotten to those 2 decks yet. Some of the shells don't look too bad. That one doesn't look too bad. I think one or the other of these were kind of bad, but I'll do another video once we get to the decks. But so this one was the first one we were working on. It had a terrible smell to the fuel. I mean, it didn't even really smell like fuel at all. I mean, it was like definitely not a fuel smell, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't really acting as fuel either, as the tractor did not run at all with the fuel that was in the tank. It sat probably years at the county before they sold it. And then my dad gets them, and sometimes he lets them sit for several years, and for whatever reason, just doesn't get around to stuff. But anyway, so I asked him if I could help with them, so we loaded up all 3 on my trailer and brought them down here to my place. I do have some facilities inside that's air conditioned, although this time of year in Florida it's really a little bit nicer. And I have the covered area. He doesn't have covered areas, air conditioned areas, or anything to work in at his house. So we removed the fuel tank, cleaned it, cleaned the carburetor. We didn't soak it, we just kind of cleaned it, put it back on. It would run on lighter fluid, or not lighter fluid, starting fluid before, and now it will actually run, but the choke is messed up. The choke will, unless it's running some level of partial choke, it won't keep running. I mean, it did a little bit at idle, but then as soon as you hit the throttle, it'll choke out unless you operate, you know, vary the choke enough to get it to work correctly. He wants to just run out and get some new carburetors. I'm like, hey, why don't we take this one apart and see if we can get it to work? I mean, it's a quality carburetor. They came on the Briggs Vanguard engine, and I got my 140 fuel tank linked to it right now. It's a good, you know, bottom feed fuel tank. So it's that project is stopped until I get these, you know, kind of moving along. So that wasn't, you know, necessarily a bad thing. So we got all that fuel out, and we'll replace this fuel line. And I broke the pickup there at the end. There's supposed to be a little stubby that goes down into the fuel tank that picks it up from the bottom of the fuel tank. I believe our local dealership should have a couple of those on hand. Hopefully we'll check them out. But the plan is to put the gas tank back in, either clean this carb, get the new carb that he ordered, and then we ordered a drive belt, because the drive belt is really in about the worst shape I've ever seen a belt. It clangs around and stuff, and we got to check some of the pulleys on the bottom of this too to check it out and stuff. But overall, I mean, it's needs a new seat too. So, you know, but it does, you know, will crank up, you know, will crank up. but nothing runs. I have the fuel shut off right now, and I wasn't doing the choke. So anyways, that's the good part. I'll do another video as we get this thing going, and as we hit those other decks, and as we hit the second GT235 as well. Again, if you want to see more like this video, hit the subscribe button, you leave a comment. I know these GT235s were pretty ubiquitous. It happens to be what was my first John Deere when I bought this place that I'm at now. I bought a 2003, probably about an hour after closing on this house. Went to Orange Park Powerhouse when they still had John Deere dealerships that were little mom and pop places. Bought my 2003 GT235 with the Kawasaki engine. So that's what's different between these two, is these two have the Briggs Vanguard, so they're a little older than the 2003 model. I'm going to guess anywhere from 99 to early 2003, I think, is when they had the Briggs engine. So it does have the serial number on there, so maybe I'll look it up and put that information in the next video. But anyway, I'll hope to have another video pretty soon as we maybe get this one running securely and without doing funny stuff with the throttle and the choke. And I did fill it up with the reservoir on the back was bone dry of hydraulic fluid, so I kind of filled it up. Was going to change that as well, but I decided not to. We did change the fuel, or the oil filter and the oil today, me and my daughter, so that part is squared away. Who knows when the last time it was changed, but that was changed. So anyways, thanks for watching, and look for another one soon. Bye.